The Bull's Eye by Toni Morrison. She couldn't get that one thing through her thick head. Are you going to leave him, Pauline? She kept on saying. I thought she'd give me my money if I said I would, so I said, yes, ma'am. All right. She said, you leave him and then come back to work and we'll get bygones be bygones. Can I have my money today? I said, no. She said, only when you leave him. I'm only thinking of you and your future. What good is he, Pauline? What God is he to you? What good is he to you? Ooh, how are you going to answer a woman like that? Who don't know what a good man is? And say out of one side of her mouth, she's thinking of your future, but won't give you your own money so you can buy you something besides bologna to eat. So I said, no good, man. He ain't no good to me. But just the same, I think I'd best stay on. She got up and I left. When I got outside, I felt pains in my crouch. I had held my legs together so tight, trying to make that woman understand. But I reckon now she couldn't understand. She married a man with a slash in his face instead of a mouth. So how could he understand? One winter, Pauline discovered she was pregnant. When she told Charlie, he surprised her by being pleased. He began to drink less and come home more often. They eased back into a relationship, more like the early days of their marriage. When he asked if she were tired or wanted him to bring her something from the store, in this state of ease, Pauline stopped doing day work and returned to her own housekeeping. But the loneliness in those two rooms had not gone away. When the winter sun hit, the peeling green paint of the kitchen chairs, when the smoked hocks were boiling in the pot, when all she could hear was the truck delivering furniture downstairs, she thought about back home, about how she had been all alone most of the time then too, but that this lonesomeness was different. Then she stopped staring at the green chairs, at the delivery truck. She went to the movies instead. There in the dark, her memory was refreshed, and she succumbed to her earlier dreams. Along with the idea of romantic love, she was introduced to an other physical beauty, probably the most destructive ideas in the history of human thought. But both originated in envy, thrived in insecurity, and ended in delusion. In equating physical beauty with virtue, she stripped her mind, bound it in collective self-contempt by the heat. She forgot lust and simple caring for it. She regarded love as possessive mating and romance as the goal of the spirit. It would be for her a wellspring from which she would draw the most destructive emotions, deceiving the lover and seeking to imprison the beloved, curtailing freedom in every way. She was never able, after her education in the movies, to look at a face and not assign it in some category in the scale of absolute beauty. And the scale was one she observed in full from the silver screen. There at last where the darkened woods, the lonely roads, the riverbanks, the gentle knowing eyes. There she flawed became whole, the blindsided and the lame and halt threw away their crutches. Your debt was dead, and people made every gesture in a cloud of music. There the black and white images came together, making a magnificent whole, all projected through the ray of light from above and behind. It was really a simple pleasure, but she learned all there was to love and all there was to hate. The onlyest night and onlyest time I've been seen happy like was when I was in the picture show. Every time I went. I go early. Before the show started, they cut off the lights and everything be black. Then the screen would light up and I move right on in them pictures. White men taking such good care of their women, and they all dressed up in big clean houses with the bathtubs right in the same room with the toilet. Them pictures gave me a lot of pressure and a lot of pleasure, but it made coming home hard. And looking at Charlie hand, I don't know. I remember one time I went to see Clark Gable and Jean Harlow. I fixed my hair up like I seen hers on a magazine. I parted on the side with one little curl on my forehead. It looked just like her. Well, almost just like. Anyway, I sat that show with my hair done up that way and had a good time. I thought I'd seen it through to the end again. And I got up to give me some candy. I was sitting back in my seat and I was taking a big bite of that candy and it pulled a tooth right out of my mouth. I could have cried. I had good teeth, not a rotten one in my head. I don't believe I ever did go over there. There I was, 5 months pregnant, trying to look like Jean Harlow, and a front tooth gone. Everything went then. Looked like I just didn't care. No more after that. I let my hair go back, plaited it up, and settled down to just be ugly. I still went to the pictures though, but the meanness got worse. I wanted I wanted my tooth back. Charlie poked fun at me, and we started fighting again. I tried to kill him. He didn't hit me too hard, 'cause I were pregnant, I guess. But the fights, once they got started up again, kept up, he began to make me madder than anything I know. And I couldn't keep my hands off him. Well, I had that baby a boy, and after, I got pregnant again with another one. We're gonna stop right there at page 124. This was The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. If you're not reading or you need help with your vocabulary and being more descriptive with your words, pick up a book, and this is a great book to start at. If y'all want to donate, I'm writing a book right now about my life. You can send a cash app to $Karlo Rossi 559. That's $KarloRossi 559. That's KarloRossi 559. I thank y'all support. Enjoy y'all Wednesday. See y'all soon. We global.